Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and welcome to issue 3 of Marvel's Iron Man. We're building a 1/3 scale Iron Man. It's been a little while waiting for issue 3 with all of everything, but hopefully things are back on track and they'll start becoming a bit more frequent. I do have 4 issues of this to build now, so without any further ado, we'll start with issue 3. Now, obviously on the cover there we have the traditional Iron Man, and I don't know if he ever became, well, he obviously did become director of S.H.I.E.L.D. I haven't read the comics. I've liked the films, but there we go. In this issue, we are building an entire hand, which is very impressive. It looks lovely, and it's a big issue. So this is going to be quite a long issue, I would assume, but I don't know. Other issues are going to be shorter. Right, first challenge is the first armors. Again, I say, I've got no history of reading the comics, although they look good. I might well pick them up and have a look through at some point. So yeah, I might well flick through this. Obviously fighting against Captain America, just like in the film, but different. And there we are. Right, onto the build, the right hand. Now, this is what comes with this issue. There's lots of bits. All of the fingers are individually articulated. The palm lights up, and you can see the size of it. Well, we'll be able to see the size of it better once it's actually put together. I'm going to get this opened up off camera, get the parts arranged, and get some picture-in-picture up as the build progresses. So I shall see you about now. Right, the screws we've got, again, the two different labelling types. In black we have AM and BM. And then we have BP, CP, D, E, and FP. I'm assuming plastic and metal. I think it was last time. But let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got the whole battery switch arrangement. Now, I have batteries provided previously, which I shall be digging out. We've got, obviously, the activating button there, the little circuit, and room for the batteries to go into. The circuit must have the light in it, on it. I assume that's one of these bits on there. Can't be anywhere else, so we'll figure that out as the instructions tell us, no doubt. I'll put that off to one side. Then we have, what I can tell, are the cover with a magnet on it. Obviously the plastic part that the light is going to be diffused through. And probably the button, I don't know. We'll find out when we get to the instructions. A collection of fingers, which I shall get back to. A nice metal plate, that's the magnet that's going to hold that in place. Nice colouring, nice painting, shaded as well. The edges are darker than the interior. It looks lovely and it feels nice as well. This is plastic, obviously a different type of red, and more metal there. So that's going to be the palm, and that's going to have that metal piece covering that. So yeah, looking good so far. Again, nicely painted. Different shades of red, but that's okay, being that it's different parts, so I'm okay with that. The fingers, and indeed thumb. Let's have a look what we got. We've got 4 of those, but they're all a bit different, and those and those. I can't get them out. Let's. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Plastic, which isn't a shock, but no trouble there. That's fine. So yeah, we have finger piece, a little bit of seam line I can see down on some of that, but when that's in use, we'll see just how visible that's going to be. You can't, I can't do anything to remove that. You try and remove that, you're going to make the paint look horrible. But we'll see how it goes. Right, now, on to stage 1. I've put the picture-in-picture up in the corner. It just says 3C and yeah, it's just going to be confusing. Thumb 3C, 3D, but doesn't really tell you which is which on any of these. So I can't tell. The only one that's different is that, which is obviously 3C, because it says so on the picture. So we've got that. And 3D, I don't know. I've got no idea. Picture here is not terribly helpful. Oh, it's a wrist joint, that's what that is. There we go. So yeah, collection of screws, palm screw, as I thought. It's the fingers that are going to be confusing for me. Thumb obviously has 2 sections. The fingers each have 3. But it's knowing which one's which that goes with what is the problem. That's obviously a bigger one, so I'm assuming that's going to be the thumb. Actually, they might have things written on them. That one doesn't seem to, but it looks like these ones do. Yeah, just on there, you can see, hopefully, that says 2R on there. Actually, it can't because the focus. Let me. I'll put a picture up of it in close up. So yes, that says 2R. Grab one of these out at random. That again says 2R. Right, let's just have a look and see what we've got on here. Index finger 2R. No, that doesn't say 2R on any of it. That just says 2R. So 3E, 3F, and 3G. Let's grab a different one of those and see what that says on it. That says 4R. Assuming the R is the right, 4 is fourth finger. You're going to know which one's which because of the shape of it. So I'll get these out and organised into pieces and start building and go from there. So I've got all the fingers sorted out. I have got the screws sorted out for the first two. I'm going to do those here and then I'll do the other three because obviously these are all exactly the same. This is the one's a little bit different. Being the thumb, it has less joints. Some sort of do. The bottom part of the thumb is obviously enclosed in the wrist. So I have a screwdriver, I have a screw. This will only go in from one side. The hole is a lot bigger than the other. So you've got to get that in that way. And get the other bit in the correct way around as well, because if it goes in the wrong way around, it doesn't look right. Actually, it looks right both ways. That's annoying. It's that way around. You can just about tell by the shape of that one. Hopefully the other fingers will be a little bit more definitive, should we say. So this is the screw that's going in there. It is a CP screw. So that will go in there, and that holds that in place like that. So this one is exactly the same. Got those the wrong way around. The top section, that way, or is that way? Yeah, that way doesn't look right at all. So it's got to be that way around. So that is again another CP screw holding the fingertip to the middle part of the finger. Tighten that all the way down. And then we use an FP screw. Get that lined up properly. Which apparently I can't. No, that's yes it is. There we go. Right, so that's that in there. Then we have an FP screw which holds that bit to the next joint. Obviously a slightly different length of screw because of the slightly different length of hole. So once again we'll get that through there. Again, you can easily tell which way round it goes because of the knurling we get on the inside is not on the outside. So that one's tightened down there. Nicely made, so you can still obviously see the joints on the side, but not in a big way. It's not going to be a problem. They're going to be next to each other anyway. So we have the individual articulation on both sections there, so you can position it however you like. That's finger and thumb. I'll get the other three built up now, and then we'll see about building them all together. So all the fingers done. I have tightened down the screws in them, all of them, quite tightly because that makes it grip better. A couple of the tips were a little bit loose, which obviously you don't really need. So they all now position nicely. Next up, the LED. I've put the battery in there because I wanted to make sure it worked, and the LED is in fact mounted to that, as you can see there. So we are first of all fitting the diffuser. What does it call it? It's a screen, it calls it. It only goes in one way round, as it says, because you know you've got 3 non-equally spaced holes on there. So that's fitting on there using 2 BM screws. Let's get 2 BM screws out. Obviously one of these is not a screw hole, That one at the top there isn't a screw hole, that's just a locating piece. So the screws will go in there and there. As ever, putting 2 screws in, it's always a good idea to put one in loosely, make sure everything lines up, and then tighten them both up. There we go, that one and that one. So that's our diffuser screen held in place. Then we have to take the battery case, locate the back of the hand. Oh, right, we're fitting that to there. Push the LED switch into the side of the battery case as shown above. Right. Okay, so that's that way round. That's that. That goes on to there. I'll point it upwards like that. Okay, I think I've got it. It's got to go in there. It can't go in there exactly like that because of that. Right, let's have a closer look at the picture. So it's saying bend the wires out. That's going to go in the middle. Like that. So the switch is opposite the light. Fair enough, okay. Push the battery case down on the back of the hand. Let's see, now I'm going to have to have a good look at the picture to try and figure out exactly where it's going. You can see it massively on the bigger screen, but I can't. Right, so the light is going that way. So the switch is obviously going down somewhere and the board is going elsewhere as well. So it's that way up. It'll only go one way round because of the shape of everything. Oh, the switch comes out that little hole there as well. Right, I've got this. So the switch is coming out there. Everything else is lining up there. And it's going to look like that. So we've got the switch visible from the front. The board is sitting somewhere. Just over there. Right, okay. Basically, it's all just got to fit in here. And the wires will just sort of twiddle around and fit in wherever is necessary. So it's going in there a bit like that. We're going to need a couple of screws to hold that in place, which are BP screws. BP. 2 of those. There's 3 remaining in that packet, so we'll get 2 of those out. These are obviously going to hold that in there. So again, one in and then another one in to make sure everything sits where it should be. Yeah, everything's there. The button's coming out there. That's all good. Get that tightened down again. Okie dokie, so far so good. Now it's going to be getting all the hands fixed in. So onto this part, yeah. So the thumb goes here and then working around, because obviously I've got them in completely the wrong order. So let me reverse the order. Then it'll be easier. Then we can put the thumb in there. And the first finger, obviously getting them the correct way round is going to be quite useful. And I'm putting them on the right way round. I feel like the light should be... Oh, this is the light, not the buttons on the back. I thought I was getting it backwards. But yeah, the light is in the palm where it should be. They all line up in little holes there. Obviously that one lines up in a ball joint. So that's good so far. Joints facing upwards, yes, I just figured that bit out. Thank you very much. Once the fingers are in place, insert the wrist joint, 3U, that's this piece, into the bottom there. Oh, right, so that's going to be the ball joint sort of inwards. That's going to go into there, like that, yep. Bring the 2 halves of the hand together. Obviously making sure you're not trapping wires and things in there. Right, let's see how this is going to work. Not very easily. I'm going to have to do this off camera to try and rearrange where wires go and everything else, and fingers don't fall off. So we'll get that in there, and then we'll hold it in place with 3 AM screws. So let me get those out first. 4 of them. I'll put one back so I know which one's which. I do like that these packets are reusable and labelled. So yeah, right, I shall play around getting that done, being careful not to get everything trapped and connected, and come back when it's connected and screwed together. Yeah, all attached. The fingers all individually move, and the thumb obviously will move as well. And we have a switch on the back which activates the light on the front. A cool palm light on there. There's a little bit of bad casting just down here, but not any problem. It's obviously going to be not a focal point. So next up we have the last 2 parts to put. We've got the battery cover, which sits on top there with an EP screw, so we can get into and replace the batteries if we ever need to. Not like the batteries are going to be on for any length of time for any period, but that's that on there. Obviously still works. And the last action part is the wrist plate. That way around? That way. Which way around does the wrist plate end up going? Yeah, it's that way around. So the magnet will just hold that in place over there. It doesn't fall off, and it covers over the screw holes mostly. Not the strongest of magnets, but strong enough, and it's got a little ridge piece there that obviously holds it at the right angle across there. So you need to pop that off to turn the power on, and then you can pop that back on, and we have thing from the Adams family. No, we don't. We have the Ironman hand, 1/3 scale, which is about right. I would have thought there's about 3 of those across. Fully articulated. These are going to be, say, a good portion of the articulation in the kit itself. So it works. It does the job. It looks nice. It looks nicer from the outside rather than the palm side, because you still get these articulations. But I think that works with the Ironman aesthetic anyway. So there we have one completed hand. How much articulation do we have? We have an awful lot, really. It could even be Spider-Man rock god thing, or I don't know what Iron Man's pose would normally. It's got to be one hand out and that, but the other hand is not out. So yeah, it does things. You can make a fist and it will still light up. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's a very nice issue. There's a lot to do, a lot in it. Apologies for the video being longer, but you know, that's the way it goes when you get lots to do. So let's have a look at the rest of the magazine. We have the Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. after the victory. I'll be able to find out exactly what was talking about happening in there. So yeah, that's that. A little bit of Hulk action, because obviously you need that. Avengers Assemble. The Model 1 Mark III, from silver to gold. I don't know. Model 1 Mark III. The Model 1, obviously, I thought was just the Mark 1, is the one that he built in the thing. But he's obviously gone gold for some reason. Okay. There we go. Epic issue Tales of Suspense number 50. Yeah. Next issue, another good one. We're building the arc reactor. The main chest light up thing. So yeah, this is the next big one. And that shall be arriving very shortly. Hopefully tomorrow or possibly the day after. Around there, next couple of days, this should be available to be viewed. So thank you for joining me for this one. I shall see you soon for issue 4. I was going to say 3, but 4. Issue 4. Look, you can hold up 4 fingers to show you just how many issues there are. Issue 4 coming soon. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a long wait. Hopefully the waits will be less going forwards now. So I'll see you soon for that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.